Hello guys, welcome back to Thanks for Ace Attorney. Yes, it's been a while, but I have not found time to record really anything because of that child. That child right there. Hi, Bug. That child didn't work. So, yeah. February 24th, 3:12 p.m. Wright and Co. Law Offices. Oh boy. Again, it's been a while, so, voices? We'll see. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Yes. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. Voices will change. I apologize. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dart killings. Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What happened to you? Or what do you mean, what happened to you? It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. What did you have to do with those killings, Emma? On the night prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you? Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me. So that means you... She only does this when she knows I'm recording. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial. I didn't see that one coming. But you did. That's when I missed it. It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of year, too. It was a terrible thunderstorm that day. Unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Dark. It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage. But before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then, what happened? I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. Permanent picture. I remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall, so you weren't able to testify about that. No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. Must have been why she made up the crime. Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence? Prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence. Mr. Edgeworth used it. Edgeworth? Phoenix, we heard about this. Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. So that's true. Even though he may not have known it, Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence. After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold, like she is today. She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. Or something else. What did you see in the instant that crime occurred? Words. Dark knocked Mr. Marshall. Knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised a knife. Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms. Poor Emma, you've been through so much. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that incident. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. 2 years ago, you must have been 14. That's understandable. Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies and find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way Lana would never have to forge any. I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes him a tick. There's still something that bothers me about that crime. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma. What is it? You said you were in Lana's office at the time, right? That's right. Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor? Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police? Of course. That has happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled to my sister's office. But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office? Because detective offices in the questioning room are right across from the elevator. Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force. What? That's news to me. After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Lana used to be a detective? I had better have another talk with her. Alright. Words. Hello, Lana. Lana. Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble. Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we? But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risks. Lana, no one told me about you. Oh? About how you were a detective 2 years ago? And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Could you fill me in on the details, especially about the unusual change of jobs? Suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. This job. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one, 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial, 2 years ago, I sold my soul. Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there was no murder at the police department. Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness, Miss Starr, said about you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so fazed before. It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing. They still talk about the cases she and Chief Gaunt cracked together. Chief Gaunt? He was the deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked crime scenes. Damon Gaunt. He was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever, and they solved crimes before the reports could even be filed. Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes so you could use that experience in court, right? Gaunt's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark. Second in command? That means the investigation lead was Damon Gaunt, yes? Right? Yes. Deputy Chief Gaunt and I shared the same office, and the same investigations. They even had the same office. We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Starr. It's the first time Marshall had worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place, when he tried to murder Emma. Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us. Damon Gaunt and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So I waited until Gaunt and Marshall let their guards down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gaunt and myself. That's where he found me. So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana? It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gaunt and Marshall were questioning Dark. That doesn't look right. What is this? When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies? Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out, and suspect Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a mild concussion and lay unconscious. What did you do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. Can't blame her after all her sister must have gone through. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident. That's right. What a coincidence, huh? I don't buy it. What are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance. But that case was solved 2 years ago. At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with the memories. That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, in the office that Damon and Gaunt and I shared. The office that Mr. Gaunt now occupies by himself. The chief's office. Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office. Side of the final SL9 murder. Had to think about where that was. I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere. Things seem kind of quiet around here today. You're right. Detective seems the same, though. Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to? Right, we can come back here later. Did I not come to the right place? Hey, Marshall. Howdy, Bambino. Oh, Mr. Marshall. Never thought things turned up this way when I woke up this morning. Que será? Never know where life will lead you. Hey, Bambino. I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning. Billy? Must be his pet cactus. Say, where you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner. But, Mr. Marshall, why did you do it? Why do prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. Something was fishy about the trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All detectives thought so. What do you mean, fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean the switchblade knife with the broken tip? That was Joe Dark's, alright. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. A question? The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means there was a good chance the knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, the possibility had been erased. The facts had been concealed with forged evidence. That case left behind scars on all of us. The scars that the S09 incident left behind. What? I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I had just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together. How old was he, your brother? He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You mean the king of prosecutors? I knew it. What are you doing looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Prospect or something. I haven't really been reading that one. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. There we go. The day the S09 incident took place. That wasn't the same day as... Yeah, that's right. It was the day of the evidence transferal. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall, there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Miss Darr was fired. I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him, too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They? Who you talking about? Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gaunt and Lana Skye. The investigation lead, Damon Gaunt, and his second in command, Lana Skye. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah. Damon Gaunt, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left. Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Skye was totally different when she was a detective. No one mentions it. Emma said something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. Lana's secret. It all started 2 years ago. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict, but someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gaunt. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. Too bad I won't be around to work with you when you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina. Bye, Marshall. I love chatting with you. I'm trying to think of... No one's here today. Not even Miss Darr. Everyone's probably busy looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are. But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m. Yeah, I thought they were finally making some headway in that case. So it just looks like we ended up making Lana look even more guilty. Hang in there, Lana. I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow. Slide. There. Nope. Mr. Edgeworth isn't here. Maybe he's being questioned by an inquiry committee. Took a real beating in court today. Yeah, with Lana admitting to falsifying evidence 2 years ago. Guess we'll just have to come back later. One of these days, I'm gonna find out where to go. Okay. What? Huh? This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted. That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes. Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're in the conference room. Thanks. Oh, he actually talked to us. with the chief prosecutor saying what she did and the decision what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media in tomorrow's trial. There's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for those. Except for any of the government. Really. Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gaunt's office. Just use the connective hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything. Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office. Thank you. What the hell is with the grand piano? Hey, that vase in the background looks familiar. Ugh. Whoa, where am I? In Chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door. Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it? Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Bach. Thought I was a genius. Something. Never could remember where C was. Hi. Oh, it's you two. Chief Gaunt. But that paper he was reading in his desk. So, Redo, have you been swimming lately? No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full, too, with Mr. Marshall's misconduct. And Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence. 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. See the big picture on the wall over there? With the vase and the broken tip of the sword? Yeah, I do. That's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. Multiple things are not right with this picture. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it, though. Oh, but I can. Hello. Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm gonna lock up here, so let's go out together. Oh, but this office. It was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? The case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we'd still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me? I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Looks like we aren't welcome. Seems the case isn't over with yet, after all. What do you mean? Chief Gaunt denied our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there. You mean, like a clue? There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office. Actually. Okay. Oh, why? Okay. Edgy? Why I was here? Hey, pal! Detective Gumshoe! Are you supposed to be in a meeting? I'm, just taking a breather. My feet hurt. From sitting so long? Actually, from serving everyone coffee. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battle's between you two in court. Sounds serious. It's because of what my sister said. Basically what it all boils down to. Falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood. Yikes. The Edgeworth's crisis. Why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like any of the evidence was forged. Lana Sky is the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there have been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as prosecutors kept him safe from those who don't like him. But now with this, are there really so many people who hate him? In our world, only those who with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know for making enemies. Hey, keep up the good work. Yes, sir. Let's go out for lunch again sometime. My treat. Yes, sir. I'm gonna take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir. Seems you don't have any problems with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. Actually, I took a look at the files earlier while the coffee was brewing. Seems genuinely concerned for Mr. Edgeworth. Or for Edgeworth. Well, did you find anything? The only evidence Dark left behind was during his final attack. His final attack? You mean when he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl? Me. Seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl. That's when you left the most incriminating evidence of all. Well, what was it? Let's see. I think it had something to do with the murder weapon. Oh, I forget. Look, it's all written in here somewhere. Okay? His powers of recollection never fail to impress. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory. Joe Dark was 42 at the time of his crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman. Businessman? What made him take to serial killing? One day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. With his car? So, it was an accident? An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal. An animal? He killed a man that witnessed the accident, then he killed a lady who saw the second crime. A kid, jogger, came upon scene as well and was killed. Finally, he turned himself in. Seems he was a pretty careless animal. Of course, this is all conjecture. Wasn't a single shred of evidence. So he turned himself in? Yes, but I'm not in the middle of his... But in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim, Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed. That last witness, aka Emma. About this. Hey, is that has a tag attached to it with the label SL9 incident on it? I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. What are you doing with that? Ever since the case is closed, the knife's been locked away in a locker. On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker and was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. That's it. Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. You showed me that knife, it all came back to me. Well, what is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again. Why can't we just continue? That knife. This knife. Was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it at. Plus had fingerprints on it too. No one actually witnessed him use it to murder anyone, right? That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken. You don't have to take a good look to notice that. Yeah, well, anyway. Take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. It's what he did him in. Where was it? Victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. It's found deep inside the stab wound. Did it match Dark's knife? You bet, down on the last fiber. It's pretty conclusive. Well, there you have it, in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gunn. It's not money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where the prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. Chief's out now, and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay. Well, any detective psychic card can unlock the door. What? Really? But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust. Breach of trust? Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh, sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's. That won't work either. That was deleted the day he died. Oh. In other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting in that office. Wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind. There's only one number left to investigate at 4:20 p.m. The victim, Detective Gumshoe, or Detective Goodman, must have entered the evidence room along with someone else. Someone with an executive office number. 7777777. 7. That's what's 7's too many. An executive officer. I might just have a hunch. Oh, there we go. Wonder if Edgeworth is back yet. There he is. Looks like he's writing something. What are you doing here? Sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh? I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. It's another allegation to me. Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you. It's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. So what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. Wonder what he was writing for. Come on, Mr. Wright. Let's take a look. Are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there. Just distract him. I'll check it out. Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground. Hold on. First, let me see what the girl is doing crawling around my feet. He didn't even look. What? Letter of... If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation. Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean... I'm tired. Right. Feels as if something inside me has died. But, Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault. I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. No one else should forgive me either. Uh-oh, I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. This letter of resignation, I wonder if I can use it for anything. Do something? Anyway, there's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I do can erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, that evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, my responsibility as prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same, no matter what excuses I may have. Mr. Edgeworth, I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Why has it all come to this? And Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? First last year's trial, now this one. Seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow is the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's why my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come to haunt me like this. What do you mean? The list of evidence seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists? That's odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have part in the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture, something seems strange about it. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gunn's office. Prosecutor named Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes. Trophy that Mr. Marshall is holding. It's a little different. Yes, you're right. Ah, I remember now. Remember what? That was the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design. A story? Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. Could you tell us again what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered. You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right? I never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this? Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out. I finished up at the office in the morning, then drove to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is until I was asked to take something back. Take something back? This... Oh yeah, Chief Gunn asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Yes. It was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. The story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to. That's right. This award originates from the ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd and the second means shield. Have you ever heard that story? Me? Oh, sure, everyone knows that. What did you tell it, though? For Emma's sake. Very well. Long ago in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day he presented the king with 2 items. The first was halberd. He claimed could slice through any shield or armor. Second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Those claims contradict each other. Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard the story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very description of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. And thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born. Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and broken knife symbolize? Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. Ancient tale ends with the merchant and lost for words, but it's in our nature to pursue the matters to conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield? You'll have to ask Chief Gaunt. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. Chief Gaunt. I think of where I was supposed to... Do I? Excuse me. Would either of you care for a £1/4 of roast beef? Miss Starr, guess she's at her lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence was from the case closed and due for transfer. This can't be all attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know that little scene I happened to witness? I sent Lana to stab Detective Goodman with a knife. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored, Rain. The Star's hatred toward Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. Joe Dark, that's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though. He must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Lana Skye. My sister. Best of the best were put on that S-Online case. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gaunt. That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found were suddenly appeared, while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us, save Goodman, were relieved of our duties, most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Not always wanting to become a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used? Damon Gaunt and Lana Skye. Gaunt led the investigation while Lana's second in command. With Lana second in command, they were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damon Gaunt's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism. By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He'd produce the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled. Credible evidence, you mean? Oh yes, there were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him, though. Take it, she's talking about forged evidence. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked. Oh, and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would have ever recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Miss Starr. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why'd she have to turn so cold after that? Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gaunt's powerful influence. Chief. That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position of chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control, and then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred? If he can control the chief prosecutor, he can control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her change. At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Starr. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients. Create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Oh, you're back. You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Bring coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ. I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer is still no. I'm not letting you in the chief's office, period. It'd be my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene of that S9 case. I have to take a look in there. There's gotta be some way we can make the detective change his mind. What's this crumpled up piece of paper? No way. Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they pushed him this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was cold as ice too, but I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence, but we betrayed him. Detective. That's it. I made up my mind. But here, take my ID card. We can't do that. If someone found out, they wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this. For Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Alright, detective. Thank you. Cool. Here goes, Mr. Wright. We're in. If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Eeh! Y'all are stupid. Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know I could stop a ghost. Ah! Detective Gumshoe, what are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong, so I came to you. If you're here, then what's the point in giving us your ID card? Gumshoe's ID crushed and rendered it unusable in pocket. Hey, don't do that to my card. Yeah, what? I hardly ever get a chance to come in here, so I figure I have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Now, come on, let's see what we can find out. I got a bad feeling about this. Why is everything gold? These shelves are mostly empty. Lana must have cleaned them out when she transferred to the prosecutor's office. Small picture frame on the left shelf. Hey! This is when Lana and I went to that theme park. This was taken on that day 2 years ago. The day Joe Dark ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill Emma. After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture here and went along with Chief Gaunt to question Dark. But he never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later. Gee, I think. This was Lana's ghost. Sure is tidy. Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner. Not even dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back here? No. Chief Gaunt must still keep it clean in memory of the partnership. And where stuff of legends are made of. Does he keep it in memory of her, or in memory of the crime? Wow, look at the size of Chief Gaunt's desk. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier... I wonder what he was reading. Looks like a list of evidence. List of evidence? In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though. Hey, look at the case name. Huh? SL9 incident. Wonder what it's doing in here. Hold on, detective. What did you just say? Said, I wonder what... No, about evidence list. Twice as long? That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. Half-sized list of evidence. What would the other half of the list be doing here? I knew it! The chief must have been hiding something about the case. It would appear so. Edward had the other half. Better look a little more into this list. Can I not look at this list? Oh. Emma's picture. I wonder what this is. It looks like someone drew some kind of sketch here. What is it? Did you find something? Can't make it out. Better... Huh? Oh, no, it's nothing. Why are your eyes moving around about like that? Better not forget this picture. Do 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 do. That is my best evidence. Christ. Look at that giant window. Makes you want to crash through and jump outside. I'm on the 15th floor. I know, I was just saying. Saying what? Ever since making detectives, I've always dreamed about doing something like that. Note yourself, Detective Numchu has a lot of dreams. As long as he doesn't go crashing through that window when he gets fired. Don't say that. Chief Sorgan is sure as side of the wheel. Occasionally we hear him playing it from the Criminal Affairs Department. It's on the 2nd floor, and this is the 15th of an entirely different building. When a detective screws up, the chief calls them into his office and makes them listen to the organ for hours. What's so bad about that? Music soothes the soul. After that, the detective can't hear anything for days except the ringing in their ears. It's an instrument of punishment. Literally. Weren't the chief's ears affected? He never listens to anyone anyway. That's besides the point. I keep going into Marshall's voice. I'm sorry, but Marshall's is easier. This is safe, isn't it? Safe. That word is ripe with intrigue. Okay, if you say so. Looks like code needs to be entered in this panel for it to open. A 7-digit number. Pause. 7. Keep that in mind. At 4. Pause. Maybe. I have a hunch. Oh, I know. You want to try my birthday. It's... Next. I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. I was like, what could be 7 numbers? What number did you enter? Whose birthday was it, pal? 777-7777. The final ID card number on the record. What? Remember the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day? You mean 777-7777? That ID number? Think you're 1 7 shy this time. I can't count that. Lord knows I don't want to. This can only mean one thing. That's Chief Gun's ID number. Say, anyone care to look inside? Let me see. Is there any money in there? How much do you have stashed away? Look, it's a shard from a broken cup. Somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen it before? There's something else in here too. Handprint. What's this? Looks like a piece of leather cloth. Wait, a handprint. It's a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. Marshall. You think Chief made up the design? I don't think so. Yeah, well, just thought. Is that it? That's all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. Piece of cloth with a handprint on it broke a shard from the cup. like pieces of evidence. Yeah, well, unless you can prove there's something new with the case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Oh, there is. Though you're dumb as rocks, so Lord knows you may not get it. I remember when the three of us put that back together. All of those days ago. It's kind of early to be nostalgic. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case? That's right. One of the shards had an SL9 incident sticker on it. Doesn't this ring any bells? You know that fragment we just found? You mean this one? That was in the safe? Yeah, that one. That was in the safe. There we go. Now you mention it, kind of rings a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do. Okay, Mr. Wright, here's some clue. Do 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 do. I think it spells Maya. Yeah. Oh, does it? Yeah, it does. There, fits like a charm. That, of course, means Chief Gaunt was willingly and knowingly hiding a piece of evidence of the jar in the safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. But, hey guys, get a load of this. Piece you just attached. It's different from the others. Has more blood on it. There's a reddish line on it. A reddish line. That's blood. I don't get it. Why would Chief Gaunt hide this? Hey, look here. It's hard to make out, but there's a dark red stain. Looks like blood. Piece the Chief Gaunt had was different, though. Blood stains on the patterns, not just spots. But this one's a line. That's odd. Well, what kind of jar is it? Anyhoozles. If I'm fired, I won't be able to give you any information. That's why I have to get it all in my system now. You understand, don't you? Don't be so negative, detective. We want you to share your information, though. Oh, my fool. I never had anything useful to share to begin with. Got to stay positive. How about the brown of his shirt? Sure is, pal. The Chief doesn't care for him. Breast bioweapon, now armor. Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. You don't have any taxes to pay. Shh. Be careful what you say. Who knows? Chief may be hiding in this armor as we speak. I don't think he'd fit in there. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Cut it out. You guys don't know how scary that guy can be. Detective, I'm chewing like it. Hey, I know what this is. So you want to take some fingerprints? That's a great idea, Detective. Alright, good down. Sheesh. Oh, what are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that? Go ahead, take my fingerprints. It's not your fingerprints we want to take. Huh? Come on, this isn't time for jokes. We're talking about that cloth you found in the safe. Oh, I knew that. This one with a handprint on it, right? Sheesh, where's your sense of humor? Nowhere to be found currently. Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. Sprinkle the powder on cloth, then once those, blow the rest away. What are you, my mom? I don't have to be told a million times. Alright, let's get this over with. Woohoo. Why is this white bar a thing? Like it's a thing, not just a... Why is it a thing? Why can't I go behind it? Give him my best shot. Kind of result won't be any good for matching prints. It doesn't look like we'll get a finger soul. Okay, let's try a different finger. This one looks good. That's much better. Excuse me. Much better. Heh. 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 Hi, Emma. The match found, wasn't it, Emma? No, how can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match. Whose fingerprints were they? Huh? Oh, it seems the prints are too old. They aren't getting clear enough to match. Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints. Psst. Hey, you. Over here. What's going on here? What are the kids' friends doing inside the chief's safe? Don't ask me. Just give us information from Emma for now. Here, maybe you should hold on to this. Usually everybody has about 4 talking points. Okay. I just got on the other side of the room. Was that your sisters? Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana on the day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now? No, sir. That's entirely Chief Gon's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. It's a strange reason to leave it here. Leaves as warning to everybody else. He wants us to always be alert. Told us himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see. So ever since Lana left, no one ever touched the desk? No one except Chief Gon, and cleaning lady who's here each morning. Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. Can't possibly be any clues remaining. Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of Hillstone Line's crime scenes? I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think? Nah, you wouldn't be. No. No, there's no way. Never mind, don't worry about it. Hey, hold on, not so fast, buddy. When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go like that. Sorry, this guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, so what's bothering you? You two don't think. Chief Gon might be a suspect, do you? What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Yes. Chief Gon, so it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings yet. There you go, ignoring me again. Well, was that any help? Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. No, that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat? Chief Gun. We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog running into a pool. Just then I thought of a certain detective. You mean me, sir? No, then I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat. Me, sir? Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. But, sir. Now get out. Yes, sir. We'll be on our way too, then. Wait, you the one with without the spuggy hair. Don't go yet. Me, sir? Like a word with you. But, sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet. You with the spiky hair, you're free to go. But, Mr. Wright, don't leave her alone in there with him. Look, pal, if I've told you once, I told you 1,000 times. Chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking. But you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it. Now that I've seen the evidence, Chief Gaunt was hiding in his office. I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. Why has she kept eerily silent about it all this time? Anyway, you listen to me. I'm gonna try and smooth things over the Chief again. Later, pal. After that, I heard from Ella. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day. Lana? I see. So the Chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to do everything I can to defend you. But I've already told you all I can. What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really, I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said I was the one who'd stabbed Detective Goodman. No, I think I've finally figured it out. I know who it is lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, and yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say. So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No, I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright. Whom, may I ask, is this person you're speaking of? The one I'm supposedly so frightened of. What is this person's name? Well, Miss Guy? Mr. Wright, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he was respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did, specifically hiding and forwarding evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it, though, that Chief Gaunt's name was never mentioned? Chief Gaunt? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could possibly tamper with the evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other. Damon Gaunt. If you intend to accuse Chief Gaunt, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gaunt falsified evidence in that case. You want proof of the Chief's wrongdoings? Here it is. That evidence proves someone is doing something wrong, all right, but it's not the Chief. Who would that be? Why, you, of course. Me? Yes, you seriously believe what you're saying, don't you? Now that's scary. You seem to have the makings of a criminal in you. What with your fallacious accusations. Care to spend tonight in the cell next to mine? If you ask me, you're the scary one. We were partners 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Show me proof that Chief... Oh, this. Sorry. I just found this in a safe in the Chief's office. This strip piece, this piece of cloth. Why the hell would the cloth not work then? Do you know what these are? These pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. Aye. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Khan himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touche, Mr. A. It's as you surmised. I cannot disobey the Chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to tell you all that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate. In the murder of Detective Goodman. Perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Just as I suspected, despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body. The murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife? No. What I found in the body, this knife was stuck in it. Knife from the SL9 incident. Serial killer Joe Dark's knife. I couldn't just leave that knife in him, so I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. That would be Edgeworth's knife. That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And that's the reason for the bandage on your right hand. Yes, it seems I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged the knife in. Miss Starr, huh? Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that, by whatever means possible. So, you hid Dark's knife? The weapon was used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with it. So you wrapped up the knife in your scarf and hid it at Edgeworth's exhaust pipe. Right. Then I called my sister to tell her what happened and ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. You asked Emma? I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this. That'll explain why Emma is so confident about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. Bad feeling? Truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Khan, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? Lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least, I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean, not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He already had stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he must have had disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you have earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off all those demons. I gotta get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murder. Murderer? And what went down in that chief's office 2 years ago. I'm sorry, I've been recording for an hour and a half. This is so freaking long. Hey, Joe Former. Alright. But that'll be it for this video. Maybe they'll be broken into two. I don't know. There's probably not a great cutting place. But hopefully you will enjoy. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.
Yeah.